Hi, and welcome to More Human, More Resources, the HR podcast for entrepreneurs. I'm Vicki Brown, your host and CEO of Vidamaneo Enterprises. As a serial entrepreneur, I understand that having the right expert help has been critical to my success. That's why I'm dedicated to telling you, in plain language, what's going on in the world of HR that might impact your business and what you need to do about it, with real actionable tips to help you master that list of must-dos and grow your leadership muscle. First things first, the information contained in this podcast is provided for general purposes only and is not to be considered legal advice. Your decision to adopt or not adopt any practice or procedure mentioned in this podcast is solely yours, and we bear no responsibility for the outcome. We urge you to always consult legal counsel and other appropriate licensed professionals. And with that, let's get into the show. You're listening to Season 1, Episode 24. In this week's episode, our question of the day is, how can you reward great work without increasing salaries? So, Kevin's doing great, and you absolutely don't want to lose him. In a perfect world, your business would be flush with cash, and you'd be able to give generous raises to each of your employees every year, or even more often if the situation warranted. But the world isn't perfect, and while from a long-range perspective, yeah, you need to increase revenue so you do have more cash flow room. But right now, that's not the case. And you can't even imagine the unhappy state you would be in if Kevin left. Oh, you would survive, but there would be pain. Well, here's the good news. We as business owners always think the only reward that's meaningful is more money. But survey after survey confirms that there are other things much more important than money to your employees. In fact, a 2019 survey by ServiceNow showed that more meaningful work was more important to employees than a raise. And beyond that, in a recent Business Solver survey, 60% of workers said that they would be willing to take a pay reduction. That's right, a reduction to work for an empathetic company. And not for nothing, but the Harvard Business Review found that the 10 most empathetic companies increased in value more than twice as much as companies at the bottom of the report. So yes, how you show up as a leader is really important to your employees and is considered a reward. But beyond that, you're probably thinking, listen, if Kevin asks me for a raise and I say I'm going to become more empathetic, he will just laugh and point as he walks out the door. Well, okay, so you want rewards that are a bit more tangible. I get it. Try something from these top 5 categories. Start or increase your benefits offerings. Maybe you already offer medical coverage. How about upping the company contribution? I know, but it's still less than trying to replace Kevin. Or think about adding other less traditional offerings, like a college fund savings plan or pet insurance. If you don't already have one, how about a retirement plan? Or you could set up a profit-sharing plan. You get the tax break, and it allows your employees to share in the company's profits at a level that's doable for your budget. Don't overlook time off. That's an immediate, high-impact, visible reward. Add extra days off for a job well done, or give work-from-home days, either as a spot reward or create an ongoing schedule in lieu of a money bonus. How about something like Summer Fridays or an additional day off before or after a holiday? You could also take a look at offering learning opportunities. Pay for a class or seminar. Better yet, it doesn't have to be something work-related. Pay for a cooking class or pottery lessons or tap dancing or painting lessons. And yes, I know, yikes, this might actually require you to get to know something personal about your employee. Well, let me tell you, that's a good thing. So jump right in, don't be shy. In fact, one of the best ways to get at what they would like to do, wait for it, ask them. Shocking, I know, but believe me, they'll be happy to tell you, and they'll have oodles of fun thinking about what they would like. In the realm of non-money perks, try public recognition and acknowledgement. A public job well done can go farther than you would ever think it could. And there are ways to make this type of recognition fresh, and much less cheesy than an Employee of the Month picture crookedly hanging on the wall. In fact, employee recognition has come a long way, actually all the way to the web. Software applications like Nectar HR give you a platform that allows managers and colleagues to give redeemable reward points to fellow employees. Now, here's a disclaimer. No, I'm not an affiliate, and in fact, there are other players in this area like Bonusly and Bluebeard. But I'll go ahead and put a link to Nectar in the show notes. And don't rule out going old school. How about a handwritten thank you note? Yeah, that works too. Of course, we can't overlook other rewards that invest an employee in the company. Things like stock options, phantom stock, and other value-sharing arrangements. But beware these types of arrangements. They should be reserved for key contributors only. You're dabbling with ownership here, so dole these out very carefully, and not without carefully consulting both your attorney and your accountant first. So, when you're next faced with the issue of, I can't give Kevin a raise, think about some of these solutions. In fact, think about them before you need them, because actually putting something like an employee recognition program in place right now will improve your culture and employee engagement. If you found this information helpful, please leave a review and tell a friend. Thanks for spending the time. Until next week, same time, same place.